Uh, it's late, and I hope y'all niggas looking for me. Cause if you ain't, shit, it don't matter. Cause here I is. Hey, yes indeed. Here I is. Here I is. Here I is. Well, here I is on another rehab show. And here I is with another Here I Is flow. I'm gonna drop as many lines that I can flow because it's my motherfucking show. And I'm gonna do what the fuck I want because it's me. And that's the only thing that I know how to be. I'm dropping all these knowledge and jewels. But I fucked up, but I came back into it. I don't know what's happening, but I hope that y'all can. I don't know. I done lost it. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? I got a song today. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get into it right now. So y'all gonna have to just hold on a few minutes, vibe with me if you wanna, but I wanna do this. Went kind of limp, so I cruise around the block. Shot my tooth in the coupe top by my homie Lou house to puff on the loot. See my little homie style who I ain't seen in a while. Then they're gone floating on cloud 19 liquor store. So I grabbed some mixed gin and juice, kind of fucked. So I'm fucked up 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, bail back in the crib because I'm all in. Conversated, then I dug the hoe out. I fixed me some food and bone the hell out. Turn on the year on the stiz up. I pause and I stiz up. I reminisce on that ass that I riz out. Now I'm high as a kite. Yeah. And I'm feeling all right. For a year as a stroll back to my crib to see what's with my woman and my newborn kid. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. We do this every day about the same time. Bitch, I was at the park one day. That's when I saw her face. She looked kind of catty in me. But when I take her home and catch that ass, I'm gone. I'm just a dog, don't blame me. Now do I love them hoes? Hell no! And why is that? Because it's Snoop Doggy Dogg, and you never give a fuck about a bitch, cause to you, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Dee-dee-da-dee-da. Listen to the sounds of my nigga Doggy Dog. Riding through the city in my rag 6'4", hopping like a motherfucker trying to find a hoe. But I'm coming up blank. I'm headed to the liquor store to get myself some drink. Parks my ride, slips inside, slips my 9 double M to my side as I continue with my mission. Pussy is my dish and I'm fishing, wishing upon a star to come up on some ends with the caviar and a little bit of pussy so I can get my pimp on. Cause my pen gets my pimp on from G to ozone. I have pimped my pen on cold Michigan nights, and the bitch didn't freeze up on me when I wanted her to write. I have pimped my pen in the hot California sun, and the bitch didn't drip, smear, or run as she turned strict pages from loose leaf to zigzag. I have pimped my pen, and she is number one in my stable, for I have yet not got a refill for her. I love it, that's why she keeps performing for me. I have pimped my pen, and she is number one in my stable. Pleasure is the treasure that the girl sells all day. Pleasure is the reason that she brings daddy his pay. Dedicated to hoe, dedicated for show, dripping willows on satin pillows. Love is being checked from a hoe. Dead presidents still getting their fuck on. I am so happy because ain't nothing like a lollipop that gets sucked all day long. A tangy little candy drop. I love it when she brings me the pay, dedicated like every day to the sunshine. Yeah, my hoe brings me mine, for like she said she'd do it, and I believed her when I accepted. Yeah, I got pimp bones in my body, and I rock them like Lottie Dottie. I rock them mighty hottie like Lottie Dottie. I got pimp bones in my body. I've been listening to that song, and I said, fuck that. I'm doing this shit tonight. That is my jam. For those of you who don't know, that is Big Pimpin' off of the Above the Rim soundtrack, which was one of the best and worst movies of all time. I don't know how that nigga died in Above the Rim that jumped over the building trying to duck. Wasn't that some bullshit like that? Nigga, how you die jumping off a building trying to duck? What are you gonna do, man? I don't know. That nigga died jumping off like that was his first time in that gym. Whatever. But that was a good and bad movie, man. It really was. I don't know, man. I just don't know. But be that as it may, it's on tonight. Let's do what we came here to do. What? Wait, hold on. I know that man don't have that jersey on backwards. Yes, I do. I'm representing my man Gail. Hey, man, had to put it out there. Some people don't know who number 40 is for the Chicago Bears. They be like, who's number 40? Or, hey, bro, who that number is on the back? I put it on backwards to show what it is. Rest in peace to my man Gil Sayers, one of the best to ever do it. Believe that. I got this. All right, y'all, look. We gonna go ahead and go to my favorite part of the show. My good thing, my forever chick, my wifestress, my baby's mamas. Yes. Talk to us, baby.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances
Would
without
you
the
whine
authorization
for
of
me?
the copyright holder.
Whine
This is
for
called fair
me.
use and is allowed
Whine
for
for
purposes
me.
of criticism, news reporting,
Whine
teaching,
for
and
me.
parody, which doesn't infringe
Would
of
you
copyright
whine
under
for me?
17 U.S.C.
Whine for
107.
me. Would you whine for? Would you whine for me now? Whine for me. Whine for me. Whine for me. Whine for me now. The time has come to drink a few. I'm sipping on my cup. Now what you gonna do? That's some good wine for me right there. All right, y'all. So, for those of you who didn't see the other video that I did about Ice Cube talking about his motherfucking plan, the CWBA. Sounds like a basketball league, but it's not. The C is the C. Is it the CBA, the CWNBA, the CNA? It ain't the CNA. That's a building in Chicago. It ain't the CNA building. The CWNBA. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it is. Yeah. But either way, his plan has really caught fire amongst the internets. And a lot of people has really been talking about Ice Cube, aka O'Shea Jackson, aka Craig. And it's really something to the point to where he actually had to come on CNN and had them motherfuckers set them motherfuckers straight. I'm glad he did it. But before we get started, please, thank you, Tiger Blue. Click that like button. And hey, we are on our way to 10,000 subs. So sub to the channel. Click that subscribe button. Share this out to somebody. If you know somebody, look at it like this. If it's 6,200, almost 6,300 subs, if each one of y'all brought one sub to the channel, we kill our goal. We be at 12,000 subs. Just that simple. One person brought one sub. If everybody, matter of fact, everybody that is a subscriber to the channel, make that your one thing that you do before the month is out. Say, look, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get Brian, I'm going to do my part in helping Brian get the channel to 10,000 subs. I'm going to get one sub each month. That's all it is. So October, November, and December, if everybody that's watching this right now and everybody that's a subscriber that's watching this on the replay, just find one person and say, hey, look, man, what you doing? Shit, playing some Call of Duty. Hey, look, go to this channel and subscribe. What the fuck channel is it? Man, just shut the fuck up and go to the channel and subscribe. That's all I need you to do, all right? Everybody, one sub, get one more sub. Each one, reach one, and then I will teach one. That's it. That's how we doing it, all right? So, let's go. Everybody get their sub. And when you get your sub, put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section. Say, hey, man, I got you a sub this month. I'm going to be like, hell yeah. That's what we're going to do. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into this. Because I'm also going to I'm going to cover a couple of things. Yeah, because if you saw in the title, I'm not only about to talk about this Chris Cuomo and Ice Cube, but I'm also going to talk about this, well, I'm going to say it later because I don't want it to do the thing it do where it don't send your videos out and don't recommend your videos. So I got a method to my madness, and I'm trying to test something here. So we're going to see what happens. Let's do this.
Our next guest is Ice Cube. If you know anything about him, and you probably do, you know he started his career rapping in...
Now, for those of you who don't know who this is Chris Cuomo. He's one of the people who is a reporter, or not a reporter, but he is a reporter or anchor, whatever you want to call it, for CNN. Tell you one thing you don't want to do. If you ever see Chris Cuomo out in public, unless you a swole nigga and you about that life, call him Fredo, because it pissed him off. It pisses him off. I tell you, I'm not going to do it per se, unless I'm with like a bunch of my guys. Then I'm going to be like, hey, Fredo. Then I ain't going to get no fuck. But if I'm at an event by myself and I just see him by himself, I would not call him Fredo, because Chris Cuomo, even though they only show neck up, Chris Cuomo kind of swole. And even though I've been pressing my weights at the gym, I have been, yes, I have been, I ain't as strong as this dude. And I would have to just fuck around and just shoot him. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm going to shoot the nigga over because I called him Fredo and he got tough with me. I probably would. But I don't think that that's necessary. But if you ever with a group of people and you know the cameras is on and he can't do shit, just give him a old, hey, Fredo! And then say, I'm smart. I'm smart. Just know it's going to ruffle his feathers. And he's going to be very perturbed. But it'll probably be worth the reaction. That's all I'm saying. That's a little tidbit out there. I just want to put that out there. You catch Chris Cuomo at the right time, and you call him Fredo, he gonna get riled up. I promise you that. But it is what it is. Chris, you say he juicy. He look like he is. He had a little bit of the roid rage when he confronted that dude, but just YouTube at some point in time, Chris Cuomo out and put in Fredo and see what happens when a dude called him Fredo at an event. He was mad to the motherfucker. Like, how you gonna be a fucking personality? How you gonna be on the TV and be mad somebody called your name? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Defiance about police presence and the realities of inner city life. And he got political with his songs as well. Recently, during the Trump administration, most recently in 2018. Here's a taste.
Arrest the president. You got the evidence. That is Russian intelligence.
Now we see a shift. Now he wants to work with President Trump. Here's what the president had to say most recently about Black Lives Matter.
The first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, I said, that's such a terrible term, because it's such a racist term. It's a term that sows division between blacks and whites and everybody else, and it's a very bad term for blacks. But they were very angry. It's a Marxist organization.
I don't know where he lied at, number one. And I don't understand how people like try to turn this shit around and try to say like, yeah, he shouldn't have said that. No, that's exactly what he means. He's saying just what the fuck it is. It is And it is a racist term. I don't know how niggas got this mentality or how the world has this narrative that racist and racism only applies to white people. I don't know how that happened, but it's wrong. just know that. It's wrong as shit. Racism is racism. It don't necessarily mean only white folks can do it, only white folks can perpetrate it. That's bullshit. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And what he's saying is that Black Lives Matter, it's a term that divides. It is a term that separates. It is a term that keeps us divided. It does not bring us together. There, I've said it. And he was very true about it being a Marxist organization. It is. All you motherfuckers that's trying to just ride on the Black Lives Matter train just because it says Black Lives Matter, and because that's what it says, I'm with Black Lives Matter. You're a dumbass. I'm sorry. I have tried my best to try to be as understanding as possible. I have given this whole BLM movement the benefit of the doubt for the longest time, and it's bullshit. Plain and simple. And that's why every time somebody bring it up, I'm calling bullshit. It's stupid. It's a term. It's the wrong term for the wrong fucking organization. It just is. It just is. If you're trying to bring about awareness for the injustices of black people, then call it sticking up for black. I don't know. I guess call that shit standing black. I don't know. Call it something else besides what it is. Because what this organization does, it does everything but fuck with black lives. It gets rich off of black lives. It exploits black lives. It has funneled millions and hundreds of millions of dollars off the backs of black lives. And ain't none of that shit actually went to Black Lives Mattering anywhere. There, that's it. I've said it. Anybody else that want to talk about it, dispute it, whatever the fuck you want to do, you can't dispute that shit. It's a bunch of motherfuckers that's about tearing down the family, black families, men, and all that shit. And if you a man and you support Black Lives Matter, then you're an extra dumbass. You got a dumbass with an asterisk next to it. That means there's something else special about it. That's just it. Any man that supports Black Lives Matter, you are even worse, because it specifically talks about destroying the patriarchal family structure. It specifically talks about destroying the traditional family structure. It is against it. Plain and simple. They had the shit up on their website for fucking years. Now it's maybe been hidden or taken off or whatever, but you can still go on the internet and find the actual documentation that they had on there where they specifically talked about it. And the only reason why they recently took it down is because people kept calling the shit out. That's it. It's bullshit. That's all I'm saying. So anybody that's with it, you got Black Lives Matter on your social media, you got on your Black Lives Matter hat, you got your Black Lives Matter t-shirt, you got your Black Lives Matter mask, you got your Black Lives Matter socks, you got your Black Lives Matter wristband. You like LeBron James, got to wear the headband, you got a Black Lives Matter on. You got a Black Lives Matter jersey. You got a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. You got Black Lives Matter jeans. I don't give a fuck. You're a dumbass. And if you're a man, you're an extra dumbass. That's it. That's all. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. So it's bullshit. Just saying. All right, let's keep it moving.
With all that going on, and how the president continues to speak about there being no systemic inequality, it's no shock that Ice Cube got some heat for deciding to work with the Trump administration. He wants to deal with it. I want to understand it. So should you. So here is Ice Cube on Prime Time. Thank you for taking the opportunity, brother. I appreciate it.
Cube need to get. I'm on his ass. I'm sorry, Cube. You got too much. If Cube, hey, y'all send this to Ice Cube. Tell him I said this. Big fan. Been fucking with you since the NWA days, all right? You need to get some Clearasil or some Proactive or something. Your skin should not be looking that bad. Either that or get you some better lighting. You know about movies. You know about shooting movies and making movies. This is a goddamn shame that you looking like one of the Bin Ladens with this shit on. You got on a hoodie. I know you in a 10 or 15, $20 million house, and you sitting here with a hoodie on, looking like you in somebody's basement. Fine. Get you some better lighting or better camera. Look at how that whitewash, that what they call it, that exposure, that it's overexposed in the facial area or something. God damn. And shape that beard up. You too grown for that shit.
Thanks for having me. Chris, your lead-ins are a little misleading.
How so?
I like that nigga. You see how he came right in on him. He said, thanks for having me, Chris. But your lead-ins are a little misleading, motherfucker. He ain't even wiped his feet off yet on the door. He just came in like, before I come in here, your lead-ins are a little misleading.
Well, the Platinum Plan is not my plan. I came up with the contract with Black America, and I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me. Both campaigns wanted to talk to me about the contract with Black America. One campaign said, we love what you have.
Hey, Bert is my brother in the chat. I have something special that I think you're really going to enjoy, because the fact that Donald Trump has not said that, I'm gonna put a pin in it. As shout out to DJ Just Jay. Let's put a pin in what Herbert Rabbit said right there. Neither does he try to bring us together talking about Trump. He can comment about Black Lives Matter, but refuses to denounce white supremacy and the KKK. I don't get down with the group movement, but I agree with the phrase. Okay, we're going to put a pin in that right there, especially about the white supremacy part. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to gift you that statement right there. And I got something special just for you.
But
You
let's
my
really
brother and I
dig
love
into
you.
it after the election. And one campaign said, we love what you have. Do you mind talking to us about it? And that's what I did. So I didn't run to nobody. And so that was real misleading to me.
Exactly. And all these motherfuckers are mad. They just, it's insane at the fact that we as a country have gotten to the point to where people get mad because you're talking to somebody that they don't like. Not somebody that you don't like. They're mad at you because you're talking to somebody that they don't like. That is absurd. It is asinine. It is idiotic. It truly shows the level of maturity, and it just shows the fact that the mentality that you have is that of a high schooler or a preteen. That's exactly what that is. It is so idiotic for me to get upset at somebody else who's talking to someone I don't like. I'm upset. Not that, man, that's some real fucked up shit, man. I'm mad at, No, you, I can't believe you did that. You running over there talking to them. What's the matter with you, boy? What you talking to him for? That's some fucked up shit. And the fact that people cannot talk to whoever the fuck they want in America.
I didn't say you ran to anybody. I said that you had taken a pivot.
Well, you said I ran over to the Trump team instead of the Biden team. That's just not true.
Well, you are working with the Trump team instead of the Biden team, and people are giving you heat.
It's not instead of the Biden team. Biden put the nigga on the timeout. What the fuck do you want to do? And my thing is this, like I said before, 13% of the population. You ain't got that much leverage. So why would you not, being the minority, why would you not go and actually work with whoever's willing to work with you, as opposed to saying, well, I'm going to wait until this group works with me Biden and them put your ass on timeout. Everybody can say, well, no, they wanted to focus on the election. Fine. Whatever fuck you want to say. You say they focusing on the election. I say they put the nigga on timeout. They say, hey, man, let's talk after the election. They could have said, hey man, let's go ahead and let's use what this dude got. Not to say take his whole plan, because I heard there's some weird wild shit in there too, but just to take a few points from it and say, hey, I like that. Let's do this. If we get in the office, we'll at least commit to doing A, B, and C. Now, E, D, F, G, X, Y, and Z, yeah, we want to talk about that after the election. But these few right here, we definitely can put them into play. Just to give him something to go back and say, hey, I got a motherfucking confirmation that Biden and them are willing to do 1, 2, and 3 on my plan. Trump said they're gonna do 1, 2, and 4 on my plan. So hey, we working some shit. Because that's all you want. Being 13% of the population, all you want is somebody who's gonna give you the most of what you're asking for. You can't just go and say, I'm gonna take all 82 things, and if you don't give me these 82 things, you're a fucking racist and you're trying to hold back our people. It's called negotiations. It's called doing business. You want me, Ice Cube, O'Shea Jackson, Craig and them to go out here and support what it is that you're trying to do. I need your support with this. Well, you got 42 things on there. We can help you with 10. Okay. Trump, how many can you help me with? Well, we can help you with 14. Biden, how many can you help me with? Well, we'll do 13 and a half. It's like, that's what you do. And whoever's going to give you the best deal, that's who you roll with. It's called business.
For it, what do you say to them?
Well, I'm willing to work with both teams, but I'm just working with whoever is willing to work with me.
Exactly.
So the Trump campaign came to me and asked me to explain to them some of the contract with Black America. That's what I did. I'm not playing no more of these games, these political games. We're not part of a team. We have very broad problems, especially the wealth gap in this country when it comes to Black Americans. So I'm going to whoever's in power, and I'm going to speak to them about our problems specifically. I'm not going there talking about minorities. I'm not going there talking about people of color or diversity or none of that stuff. I'm going there for Black Americans, the ones who are the descendants of slaves. And that's what I'm going to talk to anybody who's in power with that. So if anybody got a problem with that, it seems like a personal problem.
Well, here's the problem, and it is very personal, as you know, for a lot of people of color, because they'll say, well, why would you pick Trump when he says there's no such thing as systemic inequality? Say that
again. He's saying it like, I'm not picking nobody. I'm working with who want to work with me. Why would, and that is the thing about it's like the Democratic Party has become so accustomed to blacks voting Democrat, regardless of who they are, what the fuck they've done, or what the fuck they're willing to or not willing to do. Their expectation is for us to vote Democrat. And if anybody goes against that, you are the fucking enemy, you are the problem, and we all should have issue with what it is that you're doing. And I don't understand how somebody can actually hear what's going on today and think that that's okay. Black folks across the fucking board should be like, no, fuck that. We want the best. Who don't want the best deal? If I'm a recording artist and I got Interscope Records, I got Rap-A-Lot Records, and I got Wild Wild Records, and I got Hump Diddy City Records, and I got Two Live Crew Records trying to sign me, do I really give a shit about which label is going to sign me, or do I give a shit about which label is going to give me the best deal? Who has the resources to give me the best deal? Ain't got shit to do with being my friend. Ain't got shit to do with who my granddaddy know, who my grandpappy know, who my grandmammy know. That has nothing to do with my deal. I want the best deal possible. Just like in the movie Ray. Do y'all remember in the movie Ray, the two Jewish guys that actually put Ray Charles on the map, made hits with this dude time and time again, had no problems, no beef, no issue whatsoever. The time came up for him to get a new contract. Motherfucking ABC was like, we want Ray Charles. ABC was way bigger than the record label that he had been on and had been cool with for so many years. So many years. They did great business together. What Ray Charles was able to get at ABC because they wanted him so bad, he got a deal that they could not match. He was like, look, these motherfuckers are going to give me my masters. They giving me a bigger signing bonus. They going to let me do what the fuck I want to do as long as I'm on their label. Now, in all fairness, can you match it? Atlantic. It wasn't ABC. Okay, Atlantic. He asked them flat out, can you match it? He was like, hey. Jeremy Foxx did an outstanding job of Ray Charles, mind you. Hey, can you match it? Yeah, can you match it? Because that nigga was on that smack me too. Can you match it, guys? We can't match that, Ray. Well, baby, I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. I mean, I gotta go with the better deal. And he went. And it was like, shit, Ray, I can't be mad at you for that, man. I'm gonna miss you son of a bitch. That's pretty much what he could say. There was nothing else they could do. He was like, man, this motherfucker, they got more money, more power. They got the better deal. They could afford to offer him that much more money. And the fact that they were giving him his masters. He had a bigger cut of the pie and everything. So why wouldn't he do that? It made sense. How come we are so stuck with just saying, well, we got to do what we think over here because that's what our parents did. And they always say that he's a racist and they say this and they say a lot of shit. Both motherfucking parties say a lot of shit. What you actually do should be what matters. What guarantees I can get is what matters. Especially when you ain't got shit. Just like Dak Prescott. Everybody's talking about now what Jerry Jones is going to do, what the Cowboys going to do for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott should have signed that 5-year deal, not because he wanted Foles, not because he wanted this and he wanted that, and they didn't want to give him this, but they give it to other white quarterbacks. Not because of that. He should have signed that 5-year deal for the simple fact that he didn't have a big contract yet. And the fact that he didn't have that big deal yet, sign this big one because that's going to give you so much guaranteed money. Because football is a contact sport. And no, it don't always happen where everybody always does. You gonna get hurt. And you can't play like you gonna get hurt. You can't think like you gonna get hurt. Of course not. But when you ain't had no guaranteed big contract, you need to sign the one that's offered to you unless you're planning on leaving. And then you should be trying to get a trade. But trying to wait out, I'm gonna ball out this year, then I'm gonna hit their ass because I want to get whatchamacallit money. I want to get Patrick Mahomes money. And my thing is this, should he aspire and try to get Patrick Mahomes money? Absolutely. But if you haven't done what Patrick Mahomes did, Patrick Mahomes was in a better situation. Had Patrick Mahomes been on any other team, he probably wouldn't have got that deal he got, getting $500 million, because he wouldn't have won the way that he won. He wouldn't have won a Super Bowl like that. If he was on the fucking Buffalo Bills, they'd still be building. He'd still be good, but he ain't getting no $500 million contract because he ain't delivered no championship. He was on a good ass team already, and he was just the final missing piece. And he got their ass to the Super Bowl, and he let his motherfucking talent show. So yes, he had more leverage. Dak, you wasn't winning, bruh. Not like that. And it wasn't all about you. If you was the man, if you was like the Aaron Rodgers of the Cowboys, I would get it. But you weren't. You should have went ahead and said, you know what? Let me sign this 5-year deal, get this bread, go ahead and show out, show up, do my thing. Then I know, number one, if something happened to me, I'm straight. Number two, I know that next deal in 5 years, I'm getting this bread. Because then I'm going to know If this team is going to be good, in 5 years, you will know if it's even worth staying. And then if you're going to leave, you will have options because you done balled out. You done banged out. You the man. Now, if you get hurt along the way, there you go. You still got your deal. If you don't, hey, you about to motherfucking hit the jackpot. That's what you should have did. Get the best deal possible at that time. Not waiting until after November, which would mean essentially, because if he wait until November after the election, if they win, he's still gonna have to wait until after inauguration. So now you talking about holding me off until after sometime in fucking January? Then it's gonna be, well, we're still trying to get acclimated. So now you're talking about March or April. Then once we get in, well, we still got some things we got to undo that Trump did. So now we already talking about damn near back into June, July, or damn near a year later. Nah, man. When I got somebody saying, hey, come on, sit down with us, man, holler at us, bro. And I ain't got shit now. Now, when you got something and you can rest on your laurels a little bit, you got some leverage, fine. But niggas ain't got shit and you're trying to get some shit. Why wouldn't you go with the best deal at the moment? He wanted Russell Wilson money, right? And Russell Wilson had been the top. Russell Wilson, I'm going to say this and keep it moving, arguably is probably the best quarterback in the league. Bullshit to the back. I like Patrick Mahomes. I wish he was a Bear, but he ain't, even though the Bears pass up on it with their dumb ass. But Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, them your two right there that you talking about 1-2. I'm just saying, Russell Wilson is the shit. Harry, you might not like him. Russell Wilson is the shit, and I'm telling you, has been the shit for at least the past 3-4 years. He just done had a whack-ass receiver core, and his team ain't up to par. But from the time they won the Super Bowl, he's a better quarterback than he was when they won the Super Bowl. Much better. He do it all. And he it's very seldom that he even fucks up. I'm just saying. But that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, he's very underrated. Russell Wilson is the motherfucking man right now. If I'm starting a franchise today, I would draft Russell Wilson first pick. My first pick quarterback, it would be Russell Wilson. Now, I ain't knocking Aaron Rodgers. I hate him to the core because he's a goddamn Packer. But I think Russell's better than him. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on.
Picking nobody. He's the president.
But why do
He's
you
the
think he'd
president.
want to do something for the community when he says there's no such thing as systemic inequality?
I don't know what he want to do. I just know what the man said. I know what he said to the country. I've never met Donald Trump. So I don't know what he's going to do. I just know what he said he was going to do. So both of them have a plan. Both of them say they're going to do something. And who knows what's really going to happen after November 3rd. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And that's my whole point. And you know why nobody knows? Is because we don't have leverage like that. We don't own shit. We don't run shit. And the thing is, when you're in that situation, you have to go with what you can go with at that time. In the moment. You make your deal when your deal can be made. Because for the fact that you don't have shit. Everybody talking about, well, Trump's a liar, Trump's a racist. All politicians are fucking liars. All politicians, if they don't like your ass, they don't like your ass. Plain and simple. That has nothing to do with business. If you gonna have a business deal, it's plenty of lying motherfuckers that do business. Every day. There's plenty of racist motherfuckers that do business. Every day. While we're trying to hold on to righteousness and truth and the holiness of politicians, are you out your fucking mind? You're a dumbass if you really think that you got a politician on that level that you can trust and take their word to the bank. What was that dude in Steven Seagal? Was that Hard to Kill? He was like, you can take that to the bank. Get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You cannot say that this person is going to do what they said they're going to do. You can hope, you can try to hold them accountable, you can give verbal commitments and all that type of shit, but to say that this person's a liar, this person's not telling the truth, man, please. You can't take that shit to the bank. You can't. So what do you have to do? Because you are the little guy, because you are the minority, you got to hope for the best. Hey, look, here's what you said now, Frank. Now, Frank, this is what you said. This is what you said, Frank. That's all you can do. And if a motherfucker renege on your deal, what do? You get mad at a motherfucker just like you do in spades, and you tell the whole world, this nigga done reneged. That's what you do. That's all you can do. And you tell everybody. You see this motherfucker over here reneging, man? How the fuck this nigga ain't, nigga, you cut hearts. Why would you play? Well, you know good and goddamn well if you cut hearts, then that means you ain't got no hearts. Why would you cut hearts and knowing good and goddamn well you got a heart and then gonna wait till the last hand to play it like you gonna sneak the motherfucker in? Don't that piss you off? When a motherfucker cut early on trying to be a badass and cut like an ace too. So that means the motherfucker who ace got cut gonna remember like a motherfucker. He gonna, this motherfucker cut my ace. He better not play another hard. And then you gonna wait because you done fucked up and didn't span your cards out right. Now you gonna wait till that last hand go down. You play the big joker and the little joker, get all them big trumps out the way. Then when the last hand come around, you just try to throw that last little tray of hearts out there real quick. And don't think that nigga who ace you cut ain't gonna remember that. He gonna be like, nigga, that's a renege. For those of you who don't know shit about spades, that's what we talking about. But that's what happens. Shit.
From each side, we're all hoping that candidates keep their campaign promises. So that's just it.
So let's look at it this way. I think that you're right to be skeptical. Let's start with the Democrats, because even though there is a traditional connection between black voters and the Democrats, you could also say you've been let down or forgotten.
And what is that exactly? What is that connection? Why do you think that he should have to start with the Democrats? I ain't got to start with nobody. I'm going to give whoever is fucking listening. That's who I'm going to give the motherfucking energy to. That's who I'm going to entertain. I don't understand why there's an expectation for niggas to be beholden to Democrats. I don't understand why we think that amongst and what's fucked up is, I get it why he would think it, but we think it amongst ourselves. Shout out to Wayne Wallace hitting your boy with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. We think that ourselves. Yeah, man, you man, we the Democrats, man. That's the man. You can't be fucking with them Republicans. Nigga, you can't be fucking with neither one of them, but you can't afford not to fuck with any of them. So why not say, hey, I know this black voter's only a little bit of voting now, but who wants it? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? That's what you need to do. And if somebody's going to tell you, well, hey, we could do this. All right, what you got? Well, we want to wait until after a few months later. You be like, okay. Not to say that he needs to diss them or shun them away, but just say, all right, motherfucker, we'll wait. I ain't going to say shit for you. You ain't going to say shit to me. Fine. But this motherfucker over here, he talking real good. Don't be mad. Don't be saying 2 months later, Ice Cube didn't give us a chance. No, nigga, you didn't give yourself a chance. You did that shit yourself. That's what that means.
By Democrats in a lot of situations that would have mattered. Then you say, all right, so then let's start with the Democrats, because even though there is a traditional connection between black voters and the Democrats, you could also say you've been let down or forgotten by Democrats in a lot of situations that would have mattered.
Not just a lot of situations. How about the past 60 years? Not just in a few situations. How about the last 60 years? How about the fact that motherfucking Lyndon Baines Johnson was right when he said, once I give these niggas this Title IV and give these niggas this free motherfucking welfare shit, and I get Margaret Sanger doing her motherfucking Planned Parenthood shit, We gonna have these niggas voting for us for the next 60 years. How about the fact that he was right and they ain't gave us shit but these fucking scraps off the table? That's why Ice Cube was talking about the wealth gap. I said wealth with an F. Wealth with a TH. That's why he's talking about the wealth gap. Because all they've been giving us is scraps. It's like the drug dealer. If I give your ass a free motherfucking hit of cocaine or a free motherfucking hit of crack, you gonna get high and you gonna get hooked. Right? Yup. I'm gonna do whatever to get high because I like getting high. That's what I'm gonna do. What if, just what if, the crackhead had his own coca leaf farm? What if the crackhead could grow his own coke? What if the crackhead could cook his own coke and rock it down? He'd probably just be doing coke, first of all. And then he would probably be doing the shit to the point where he gonna die or he gonna motherfucking become a kingpin himself because he gonna have the money to do so. We got this thing where we want to just be given some shit constantly. What you gonna give me for free? What you gonna let me have? What can you give me? Well, I see you hungry, nigga. I'll give your ass this, this pack of crackers. Just a pack of crackers? Fine, we'll give you a box. Whole box of crackers. Thanks, boss. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers eating steak. But you don't even care to look to see what's being served on the table because you're looking at what somebody's giving you out their hand. It's just like the dog in your house. That dog that eats table scraps. That dog is going to focus and stay focused with what you put on the floor. He'll sniff around on the floor. He'll walk around the floor. He'll lay at your feet, lick your hand, lick your feet, lick whatever the fuck he can down on the floor. But what happens if you walk away from that table? You walk away from that table, that dog is going to look around on the floor, and then he's going to realize, hey, I smell some shit up on top of this table. And that dog, if your ass ain't around, will get up on top of that table and eat his motherfucking ass into a fucking stomach ache. You ever seen a dog eat some shit off the dog? Ain't got no hands, so he up there with all jaw. That's what the dog gonna do, because he sees, man, all this shit that's up here at the table. I'm gonna grab the first thing I can. He gonna lose his mind because he's at the table. We got this thing in our mind to where we just focused on the hand. What can you put down there now? What can you give me now? What you gonna let me have now? Not realizing that what they're giving you are scraps. The shit they don't want. The fat off the steak that they're done with. The chewed up piece that was tough and they tired of chewing it. That's what they're giving you, the dogs. So every time somebody gives you something free, remember, ain't shit for free. And realize that if I see what this motherfucker is trying to give me out of his hand, that means that there's 10 times more and 10 times better than what's on his hand is what's up on the table. If you giving me a few dollars from your hand, then that means there's gold on the table. Stop trying to sit here and say, well, I want to see what's in the hand. Let me get a seat at the table. Build your own table. Ain't that what, that's what Tommy said. He said, build your own fucking table. Shout out to my boy. Build your own fucking table. Then you can control who sit at the motherfucker. You can control what gets served at the motherfucker. That's what you do. Like everybody else has done. What do Hispanics do when they come over here? They all live in the same house. They all buy houses on the same block. They all cut the grass, lay the drywall, do the paint, cheaper than everybody because they just want to get to work so that they can begin to build their own table. What do the Middle Eastern cats come over here and do? They get all the fucking gas stations. They get all the fucking quickie marts, all the little stores in the neighborhood. They sell you all the weave, all the prepaid phones. They sell you all that shit. Why? So they can build their own table. Jewish people do the same thing. Asians, what do? They get all the Asian restaurants. They get all the dry cleaners. They get all the laundromats, all of the shit that they can do so that they can build their own table. What do? We get WIC, we get public aid, we get EBT, and what do? We go buy shrimp and lobster and feed it to the dog, talking about, yeah, this is how we living over here. This is how we eating. We get a check, and what do? We go buy Gucci belts. Because we going to have our son looking good. We going to have our daughters being fresh. We going to get them some red bottles for their birthday. Because they going to be stunned. They going to be shutting it down. They going to be out here. They ain't going to be out here looking all bummy. Meanwhile, the Asian dude shopping at Walmart, buying his shoes out of Walmart and driving off in a motherfucking Lexus. Paid for. Just saying.
Then you say, all right, so then what makes one side better than the other? That's where you get in trouble, which is, do you really think that Donald Trump can be trusted as much as you could trust Joe Biden?
I don't think I'm not trusting any of them. I'm just going by action. That's all I'm going by. I'm not going by words.
And here's the thing. Why would you want to trust? I'm not trying to trust what a politician is going to tell me. I'm not trying to trust what a businessman is going to tell me. I'm not trying to do that. I'm going to actually make a deal. I'm going to do business. Every business relationship that you have, every business transaction that you do, it ain't all built on trust. You set expectations, you set goals, you set rules, you set regulations. That's what you do. I'm renting a house right now. I don't trust the motherfucker that I'm renting a house from. That's why I have a fucking lease. That motherfucker don't trust me. I don't even know this motherfucker. I don't. But every move I make, everything that I do in this house is for me and the betterment of my family. I gives a fuck about the owner of this house. And that owner of this house gives a fuck about me. If I don't pay that motherfucker rent, that motherfucker gonna throw me and my family out with my two kids. Get the fuck out. I want my rent. I get it. And that's just like when the fucking refrigerator broke in here, I didn't give a fuck what they was trying to do. We'll see if we can repair it. No, this motherfucker's broken. They've already fixed it twice. Get me a new fridge. Fuck that. Yeah, you right. You right, Mr. Redmond. We'll go ahead and get your new fridge. You goddamn right you are. You ain't gonna have me going motherfucking fucking around with I got breast milk and shit like that gotta stay good. If I ain't had no freezer, we'd have been all fucked up. But you're not gonna do me like that. This ain't got shit to do with me trusting the homeowner to do what's right. No, motherfucker, I'm gonna hold your ass accountable to the obligation that I'm paying your ass rent every month, motherfucker. I don't want no ifs. We gonna try, maybe next time, maybe next week, we gonna look at it again. Fuck that. I gave you one strike, you fucked up. I gave you two strikes, you fucked up. Give me my new fridge. And then you know what I did? I said, show me what the fuck you trying to give me. Because you ain't going to show up with no bootleg ass secondhand store. I saw a motherfucker driving a truck down the alley and got the fridge off of there and going to get it over to you. No, fuck that. Show me what you trying to give me. Because like my cousin Tuck say, you ain't just going to give me what you want me to have. That's business. I ain't got to protest for it. I ain't got to march for it. I ain't got to set shit on fire for it. It's expectations and rules and regulations.
Not going by rhetoric, not going by media spin, not going by none of that. You know, I'm not on nobody's team. I'm not on Team Blue, not on Team Red.
So then exactly.
I'm an independent person, and I believe that's what Black people need to do is become independent, and we need to get something for our vote. You know, that may not happen, but it's gonna happen.
And here's what he's saying, because people have gotten this shit misconstrued. He don't mean start an independent political party. He's saying being independent to say, we coming together with this plan and these ideas and what we want, and then we're going to be open to whoever is willing to say, hey, yeah, we'll take care of that for you. We'll do this for you. We'll do that for you. It's a quid pro quo deal. You wash my hands, I'll wash yours. You wash my back, I'll wash yours. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's what it is. You go and say, we are independent, which means we ain't beholden to you or you. We going with whoever's giving us the best thing at the time in the moment. Fuck what you talking about. I got a 10-year plan for you. Fuck all that. What's happening right now? Because you can die within 10 years. I can die within 10 years. Tell me what you gonna do for me right now. I want what's coming to me. That's it.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Look, if I had brought you here to fight with you, you would have known it. What I'm saying is, I think I did get it wrong, and I want to make sure I get it right. So saying you're working with the Trump team is wrong. What you did was, when they asked to talk to you about it, you said yes. If Biden had asked to talk to you about it now, you would have gone to them the same way.
Exactly.
It's not about you choosing anything. It's you working with everybody who's got a chance of doing anything.
Exactly.
I'm working with whoever's in power. Yeah, I'll work with both. Whoever's in power, I'm going to work with. So whoever wins, they'll hear from me.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm glad you came to clear it up. So Ice Cube is not with the Trump campaign. He's just giving his ideas, and anybody who wants to do something with him, fine. Do you believe they are doing anything with your ideas?
And that's the thing. And to your point, Amanda K, you saying being independent, not associated with any party. We should be independent. Hear me when I say this. We should be independent in everything. You should be independent in thought. You should be independent in opinions. You should be independent in everything in your life. Your decision. Be independent with it. Think for yourself. The shit that I'm saying, hear it, but go and research it and verify it. I'm going to show you some shit a little bit later on tonight, and I want you to verify it. Don't take my word for it. Hear it and say, let me go make sure that this nigga telling me the motherfucking truth. Create that habit now so that you're teaching that habit to your children. Create that habit now to say, well, why is this motherfucker saying this shit? Why is this guy sitting here telling me that I need to listen to everything and watch what the fuck these motherfuckers are saying? Why is this guy wearing a Trump hat? Why is this guy voting Republican? Why is this guy doing the shit he's doing? And not to say that it's what you should do, but you should at least be smart enough to say, let me try to see what this motherfucker's really doing and why he's really doing it. Whether you like it or not. That's one of the, I'm going to tell you just, that's how I discovered Tommy. When I was watching Tommy, he did a video about a pastor whom church that I used to go to talking about a picture. And the shit was wild as hell because I hadn't heard anything about it. And when I heard about it, I was like, what the fuck is this about? I wasn't in Chicago anymore, but he did it. And I was just like, this is some wild shit. And then he went in. And I was like, I get it. I understood why he went in. To the point to where I said, well, let me watch and see what else this nigga be doing. And then I heard him talking about black women. I heard him talking about niggas. And I was like, this nigga's, I literally said it while I'm by myself watching this shit. I'm like, man, this nigga crazy. But he was so crazy and so fucking radical and so fucking way left that I said, this nigga can't be this crazy. He gotta have some type of madness, some method to his madness. And the only reason why I said that because the nigga wasn't talking stupid. I'm like, this nigga ain't talking stupid. He ain't no motherfucker dumbass, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, man, Joe, man, what the fuck? He wasn't doing that. He was literally articulating himself. Now, he was cussing like a motherfucker, which was funny. But his points that he was making made me listen. And I then began to get more intrigued to say, well, nigga, what you really saying? What are you really trying to get me to understand? Why are you bringing this shit up this way? What are you trying to do? And the more I listened, the more he explained. And then some of the shit he said, I actually went and researched. I said, I wonder if that's true. Well, damn, I wonder, damn, is it 70% of motherfucking marriages are ending in divorce for niggas? Goddamn. It made me think just because I questioned what it was. Shout out to my man Quicey Jordan, hit me up with $20. Said, much love, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that cash out, partner. Yeah, got my Apple Watch game back, y'all. I can hit them cash apps and shit when they come through now. I can shout you out in a moment. But it made me think. It made me start to question. It made me ask the question why. And it wasn't a thing where I just said, oh, I got to go with what he said. I said, no, let me see what he's saying. Let me understand. And the more I understood, the more I began to realize, well, damn, this nigga's right. Well, damn, he's telling the truth. Well, damn, it's a little harsh and it's a little rough, but shit, that's what it is.
I believe, they looked at
and the rest is
the
history.
contract with Black America, and
next thing you know, we doing the Guru and the Whore once a week. Hottest show on the internet, baby. I remember that Guru and the Whore. Yeah, man. That shit was incredible.
And they updated their plan, but it's their plan. And I have my plan. My plan is broad. It goes beyond the public sector. It goes into the private sector. Banks, even the movie industry. So we got to deal with a lot of different, I think, companies, corporations, and even government when it comes to solving this problem. I believe it's a bipartisan problem. I believe it's a bipartisan problem when it comes to the issues when it comes to blacks in America and what's going on. It's not a Democrat problem. It's not for them to solve. It's not for the Republicans to solve.
Shout out to Shannon Lewis. Hit your boy up with $4 on the cash app. Thank you, sir.
When it comes to debt ceiling. They do it when it comes to getting us in wars. They seem to come together when it's something that really affects America. And I don't think nothing affects America more than the situation that Black Americans find ourselves in.
And here's the thing, what he was saying. It's a thing of just saying his plan ain't necessarily the best plan. I respect him for the fact that it's a plan. Everything that's in Ice Cube's plan may not be what's best for everybody, may not be what's best for black folks, may not be what's even doable. Some of that shit may not even be feasible to do. But the fact of the matter is, he actually has a plan. He got something to bring to the table that people can put input on, people can look at, people can take things from, and people can negotiate with. He's actually bringing something to the table. Much respect for that.
Country is coming apart at the seams, and it's not going to come together after January 3rd, no matter who's the president, unless we deal with this wealth gap.
You have the economics. All of it extends from poverty, which is an extension of opportunity. Which is an extension of a system that doesn't give equal opportunity, and you see it everywhere. Hiring, education, finance, all of it. So acutely, we've been looking at what happens when policing goes wrong in communities. It doesn't give you concern that the president has handled police.
Here's the thing, Tina Marie. Tina Marie said, I just wish Cube had included black women and LGBTQ reps in the process, and he should have been presenting this during the primaries when we had more options. Here's the thing, why would he need to do that if it's something for black people? Number one, why do you need to separate and include black women and LGBTQ? Because neither one of those groups go out of their way to include black men. He's a black man. He's a black businessman. And what he's trying to do is what's best for the group of people. LGBTQ does not need an economic financial plan. Most of them motherfuckers are rich anyway. I don't see too many broke gays. But I'm just saying, black women, why do they need to be included as a separate entity? They're black. We have this thing mixed up to where what happens is we try to always carve out a space for black women. We always try to carve out a space for LGBTQ, and all the while we're cutting out black men, and even more so, we cut out children all the time. That whole thing about we got to look out for the LGBTQ. They're the ones that's always getting discriminated against. We got to look out for black women. Those are the ones that are always being the ones that's being the most disrespect. Bullshit to the back. Black men ain't never got nothing looking out for just black men. Everybody try to piggyback off of that shit. And LGBTQ is a group, not a race. Why would they need to be piggybacked off of it, just like how they did that civil rights shit? One of the biggest mistakes they made in the civil rights movement is including LGBTQ and letting them piggyback off of it. If women want to do something, let women do their thing. Y'all do your own thing. Y'all INDEDNTEBTLDBDGT. You got your own house. You got your own car. Get your own movement. Get your own plan. Y'all have enough put to the side for y'all. Y'all have enough carved out for you all. If you all would build with what you have, then you wouldn't be worried about somebody else including you in their thing. Black women don't give life to the black community. Black men have the seed. You are the ground, the soil. When you're making a contract for all black America, all parties should be included. Black people, period. That's it. There shouldn't be black women have to be in the special area and need to be called to the front. No, if black women had their own shit, they would already be in the front. Just like in the NBA. I saw a thing on Facebook today where they had I forgot the black lady, the black girl's name, or some white girl. So she looked like mixed. She looked like she was mixed. It was a mixed chick who was in the NBA, played for the LA team, and they had LeBron up there. LeBron had 4 championships. She had 4 championships. 4 MVPs. She had 4 MVPs. And they said her salary was like $210,000, and LeBron shit was like $225 million. I don't know what the hell it was. LeBron make a shit ton of money. And they said, "Is this fair?" And I looked at it and laughed. I said, hell fucking yeah, it's fair. Actually, it's actually unfair. Because number one, don't nobody watch the WNBA. Not even women. Women don't support the WNBA. That in itself should be an entity that all black women should be supporting. But y'all don't. Because y'all see it's some bullshit and it's whack. Black women should be the main ones supporting the WNBA. Furthermore, it's so many dykes in the WNBA, you would think that the LGBTQ plus P and everybody else would be supporting the WNBA. But they don't, because it's whack. And the other point is, why and where have you ever seen a company like the NBA, or what other company of the NBA's caliber or status pumps in money to actually fund a failing business for over 20 years? I'll wait. What big company pumps hundreds of millions of dollars into a failing business that has never turned a profit for over 20 years? The WNBA should have been disbanded. I'm just saying. It is a failed business. The WNBA is not a civil rights movement. The WNBA is not an equal opportunity movement. It is a business. And if that sport is not making money, and it hasn't made money for over 20 years, it is a failed business. Now, you would think that those women that are in that business would do what they told LeBron to do and just shut up and dribble. But no, they want to get equal pay. Why would I pay somebody millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, or even tens of millions of dollars, and they can't even fill a stadium? There's not one team that fills a stadium consistently, that sells out an arena consistently in the WNBA. They've expanded the WNBA. They made the ball smaller so that they can score more points. They have made every concession possible for this league to be able to succeed. And it just won't, because it is not a female sport. Yes, you have plenty of good female basketball players, but they cannot drive a league. They ain't that many that's that good. It's just like the Negro Leagues. The Negro Leagues, however, had enough talent, and the Negro Leagues had enough good ball players to where they were able to run their own league. They just wanted to integrate. Just saying. So it's like, I understand why you would be wanting to, I guess, try to, what do you call it? Shit. You want to try to make your point for your group because you are a black woman, a woman, and you will, if you are LGBTQ supporter, I get it. But the facts are that there is no business that would have hundreds of millions of dollars pumped into it that has failed for over 20 years. It is literally kept out there and up and running just because of the bad press that it would be if it closed. And it technically should. They could use that money to help fund some communities. Why don't we defund the WNBA? How come if Black Lives Matter to the NBA, why don't they defund the WNBA and put that money into the community? Put that money into some resource centers. Put that money in and build some black businesses. If the NBA supports Black Lives Matter. Just saying. And that's enough of that.
Violence the way he has in terms of his commitment to work on any of the issues that you think are important?
We've been dealing with police violence in this country from day one. So police violence is just part of our life here. So, you know, the thing is this, once we get some capital, we'll be treated better. This is a capitalistic society.
True.
And if you ain't got no money, you see how people get treated on the streets when they ain't got no money.
Not just money, wealth.
Wealth.
You got to be able to build up wealth within the community.
He get it.
Yeah, you know, to put it in greater terms. But, you know, at the bottom line is, you know, dollars bring dignity. And so everybody in America knows that. When you got a little more money, they treat you a little better. So we need to close this wealth gap. You know, you got people, you know, families making $120,000 or worth $120,000, and you got black families worth $200. It's just an enormous wealth gap that keeps growing. It's not getting smaller due to research, and you'll see this is the problem in America. It's because black people have no capital. We own half of a point when it comes to all the wealth in America. Half of a point. 13.5% people living off half of a point. We cannot survive in America another 100 years living like this.
And here's my thing. If we've been voting Democrat all this time, how is it that that hasn't changed? I'll wait. How is it that after all of that time, why is it that none of the Democratic Party has ever done anything to change that right there? 60 plus years. 60 plus years. Half of a point of wealth in America is owned by black folks. Why is it that not one Democratic person up on Washington or up in your local neighborhood ever address that part? Where's the bill that addresses that? Where's the law that addresses that? Where's the program that addresses? Out of all of the hundreds of millions of dollars that we've gotten in public assistance, why hasn't that been addressed? And how come ain't nobody asking that question? How come ain't nobody saying, well, yeah, that's what the fuck we need? What's up with that? Where that's at? Biden, you've been around for 47 years. Why you ain't did nothing about that if you here for us? Now, my thing is this. We should be the responsible ones for that. We should be the ones doing what Cube is doing and asking that question, saying, this is what we want to have change. This is what we want to do. You want us to vote for your ass? This is what we need you to do, is to commit to changing this. Show us your plan to fix that. Well, we're going to give you guys some free sweaters, and then we're going to also come, because it be cold in the winter, we give you free sweaters to warm you guys up. Then after that, we're going to raise up your Section 8. We're going to make that better. Then we're going to increase your WIC by $200. Then we'll increase your monthly EBT payment. Your monthly EBT deposit. We'll increase that by $500. See, and we're going to do all of that by taxing the billionaires and everybody to make $400,000 or more. Huh? What? That is the question that we need to be asking. Those are the things that we need to be saying. This is what we want changed. I don't give a fuck about them police. I don't give a fuck about marching down the street, setting garbage cans on fire. Because when I get this money, police gonna respect me already, because I'm gonna own the politicians that run the police department. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't you worry about talking to no police. When they see me in the neighborhood, driving the car I drive, living in the house that I live in, holding down the wealth that I got, owning the businesses that I own, they gonna know not to fuck with me. They gonna know not to shoot first. So that take care of that part. Now, all the other niggas that be shooting and dying in the neighborhood, we all gonna have money, so that shit gonna stop too. That's what we should be trying to go after. A half of a point? Get the fuck out of my face on the internet. Come on here now.
The issue is real. The problem is properly identified. They do have access to capital of about $500 billion, but it doesn't say that it would be earmarked within the Trump plan for communities of color.
And that's true. Everything that Trump plan is, it's a $500 billion platinum plan for niggas. That ain't true. I'm not that goddamn facetious to believe that. And I know that Biden ain't gonna give no niggas no $500 billion. The point is, ain't it kind of odd that ain't nobody said what it is? All these people that have looked over the plan, like Roland Martin, the plan is a tinfoil plan. I've looked it over. Well, how much money are niggas getting in, Roland? Won't say that though, because even if it is, if it ain't 500 billion, but it's 3. If it ain't 300 billion, but it's 2. If it ain't 100 billion, but it's 50 billion, it's still more than what we've got, and it's definitely more than what the other team is offered. Ain't that the point? Ain't that the point? That's just it. It's not a thing of just saying, well, the 500 billion, that's not all earmarked for us. Okay, well, how much of it is? That's what we need to be asking. And then you negotiate from there. Find out what a motherfucker's telling you they gonna do, and then say, okay, well, here's what you said you're gonna do. Here's what we actually want. Here's what we can work with. Here's what we can do. Fine, let's negotiate. But when you, I ain't talking to them because they's racist, then you already shooting yourself in the foot.
But we'll see what you can get done, and I make you this promise. Not just because I'm a fan, but the issue matters. As you learn and as you see action and reaction or inaction, you have a place on this show to discuss it. That's a guarantee.
I appreciate it, Chris. Yeah, I'll be back to discuss and let you know what I know, what I find out. But I'm gonna give it to you straight up.
It's the only
I'm
way
not
I
playing
take it.
side.
It doesn't go well any other way on this show. Ice Cube, I wish you
right.
the best. Stay healthy. Be well.
All
And
right,
I'm
man,
glad
take it easy.
Cube actually
right.
set
We'll
him
be right
straight
back.
on that shit, man. That's what's up. And my thing was this too. It's like if you look at what it is that we're asking for, what we're trying to get, it's like take that to say, hey, understand I ain't gonna get everything that I want, but it'll be better than what I already have. And not to say that I just want you to give me, we give you 50,000 and you run off with it. No, whatever it is you do get, you can make the shit public. And that gives the other side the opportunity to counter, to make it better. You want our vote? Make this plan better. You want our vote? Make this 30 million, turn this 30 billion into 50. Then you going somewhere. You're getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Let's see this. I want to do this one here. Nope. One more. Hold up. Hold up. Boom. Bow, 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 bow. Where? Here we go. So it's somebody else who got more flack fucking around with Biden, and this one real quick. Fucking around with Trump.
Now, Emmy award-winning actress Kirstie Alley is facing intense backlash tonight from the left after she announced her support for President Trump. Joining us now to explain is actress Kirstie Alley. Well, first of all, you're brave to come on this show. I give you a lot of credit. You will be hit hard. Prepare yourself. Welcome to my world. You know, the water's warm. You should rot in hell. You don't have a brain. They've attacked your deeply held and personal religious beliefs. Why? Why do you think it's that vicious?
They always attack the same three things. That, I'm a fat, irrelevant Scientologist. So, but, this has been going on for 40 years. So I'm sort of prepared. That really is basically all they have to offer. So I honestly don't take it too personally because I feel that people are angry and they have the right to say what they want to say. And I have the right to block them if I don't like the way they speak. And why did it happen? It's funny because I've been talking about Trump now for several months. And the other night I put out a tweet that simply said that I voted for him the first time and this time because he's not a politician. So then I got all this flood, I think thousands and thousands going.
And here's my thing with this. I can give a shit about Kirstie Alley. I give a shit about what she thinks, what she's saying, why she's voting for, who she's voting for. She's a person just like anybody else in the world. I could give a good goddamn. But I did like the part of what she said, and it's something that I've said. Trump ain't a politician. He's a businessman. And one of the things I've been telling people lately, we need to start looking for more people to get into office, to get into politics that are not politicians.
Do you know the definition of politician? Do you know what a politician is? Do you know what And I do. And I know they know what I meant. And what I meant was that he's not a career politician.
Exactly.
And
he ain't a motherfucker who been in office for 47 years and know what to say and know how to say it. To get your ass to go along with the bullshit he putting down.
We have a history in this country of people, not as much currently, but of people of different occupations like farmers and tailors and oilmen and businessmen and generals coming in and servicing our country as the president of the United States. And even many of them, when they left, they went back to their other job.
Lola.
So I like that Trump has a lot of energy. I like that he has more energy than any human being I've actually ever seen. And I think that the big thing that I was mentioning in that tweet was that I'm really tired of career politicians. I'm tired of paying people to do nothing and take way too long to do it. And I feel like this is what I would do to solve this, Sean. They should have a base salary, and then they should be paid if they have any accomplishments. Like they should have a base salary, and for every accomplishment,
don't hold your breath.
A performance bonus, kind of like a hooker.
You spoke out I read your
And here's the thing with that. She says she's just tired of career politicians. I am too. I would rather listen to, hear from, get ideas from a fucking plumber, bus driver, or school teacher, whatever the fuck. I would rather do that and listen to somebody who really is going to, number one, just be as plain speaking as they possibly can, even if they're not very well spoken, but they're going to at least try their best to shoot it to me straight, than to have some seasoned politician that's beholden to all of these different other politicians, all of these other groups. They owe all of these other motherfuckers, and they're in here literally to repay back the favors that have already been done to them, so that they're somebody else's puppet. Same game, different uniform, and all we can do is just either say, well, who else we got? What else can we do? That's what she was saying, and that's why, and that's what I've been saying. We need to get away from these seasoned, polished politicians that come in and finesse us and give us the overlay for the underlay, and all the while they ain't doing shit but enriching themselves and fucking over the people. Is everything gonna always work out the perfect way for everybody? No, but we should at least be smart enough to say, well, look here, you ain't just gonna come here and get a bunch of bullshit ass shady backdoor deals, line your pockets all the while you fucking us over, and we loving you for it. Then when you don't do shit for us, you don't do shit for the people, then what do we say? Well, I guess we didn't know like we thought we did. We got to move on to the next person. Or it was the other team fault. It was because of them over there was holding him back. I heard somebody say this the other day, and I think it's Roland Martin that always said, well, I hold Trump to a higher standard because he's the president and he can do whatever he wants. He's the person that's in charge. Well, where was all this at when Obama was in office? Where was all this at when Bush was in office? Where was all this at when Clinton was in office? Where's all this shit at? But now, because the motherfucker that you don't like is in office, now you want to hold that motherfucker to an even higher standard. I get it, but I guarantee you, motherfuckers is gonna listen to the bullshit with any other motherfucker that they cool with. When you cool with Obama, what was Obama's biggest excuse? Oh, he got to clean up everything that Bush messed up. It took him 8 years just to sweep up and clean up behind the white man. Okay. All right. That's what it is. That's your excuse. But now that Trump's in office, shit, he's the most powerful man in the world. He can, he can just write whatever he wants to write in the law. He can get it done. Oh, okay. All right. Obama in office. Oh, man, it was the Republicans. They held him back. They wouldn't let him do nothing. They tore everything down. They wouldn't let him do. Well, why was he writing executive orders for LGBTQ? Oh, they won't let him do nothing, but he's steady making it to where anybody can use any bathroom in a school. Yeah, okay.
Twitter feed. You're against socialism. You're against career politicians. You also said something. You took on Joe Biden, which very few people will take on, and that was on the issue of race. He praised as his friend and mentor a former Klansman. He partnered with that former Klansman to stop the integration of schools because he didn't want his kids going to schools that were racial jungles. Mm-hmm. Why does Hollywood accept that if you're a liberal Democrat, which they'd never accept from anybody else?
Let's hear that again.
If you're a liberal Democrat, racial jungles. Klansman to stop the said something. You took on Joe Biden, which very few people will take on, and that was on the issue of race. He praised as his friend and mentor a former Klansman. He partnered with that former Klansman to stop the integration of schools because he didn't.
Wait, Klansmen? Do Klansmen like black people? I'm just saying, do Klansmen like black people? But that's who he was with. He was rolling with a Klansman.
Want his kids going to schools that were racial jungles.
He didn't want his kids going to schools that were racial jungles. Does that seem racist? This is the part where I'm going to glide on into the special part. I don't know if my brother's still up or not, but hopefully he'll catch this on the replay. But this is the part that I was getting into. Because if Trump is a racist, let's go ahead and say that he is. Let's say that he's a racist. What would you say this is, or this guy is.
Why does Hollywood accept that?
Let's listen to that again.
You on, and that was on the issue of race. He praised as his friend and mentor a former Klansman. He partnered with
Who was his former mentor and Klansman? Robert Byrd was a Klansman, wasn't he? What's the other guy named? Strom Thurmond? Yeah, he was a Klansman too, wasn't he? Yeah, so Strom Thurmond was a Klansman. Now, does he know Trump or does he know Biden? How does Biden actually know Strom Thurmond? I believe he said he was mentored by Strom Thurmond. So you tell me this. Have you ever known of or seen or heard of a Klansman mentoring another white person who was not a Klansman? I'll wait.
Klansman to stop the integration of schools because he didn't want his kids going.
Wait, he wanted to stop the integration of schools. That's what he did? Cyril Garcia, he was a former Klansman.
Schools that were racial jungles. Why does Hollywood accept that if you're a liberal Democrat, which they'd never accept from anybody else?
I don't know. It's why I have to just think for myself, because when your gaffes are constantly, when he said, what did he say? You ain't black if you're not voting for me. And then these constant gaffes that have these actual racist overtones. And I'm like, no, maybe you get one where you accidentally said something inappropriate.
Oh, it's not
but
one.
It's pretty constant.
Let me just say this.
Biggest deal with, I mean, it is constant, isn't it? Those are racial slurs.
Let me just say, you have a lot of courage. I admire you for doing it, and I can accept liberal views. They ought to be able to accept our views.
Here's my thing with that. Number one, my biggest thing about what she said was the whole politician thing. That's my biggest thing with what she said. Not fucking around with these seasoned politicians. I really do like the fact that she said that. The other thing too is I actually don't give a shit if Strom Thurmond is a Klansman. I don't give a shit if Robert Byrd is a Klansman. I don't give a shit who or what a Klansman is. I don't care if Trump is a Klansman. I don't care if Biden is a Klansman. That's me and my thinking. Because my thing is this. What the fuck you are is what the fuck you do. That's what I'm going to judge it on. I'm going to judge you on what you do. You can claim you're a Klansman all you want. You can claim you this all you want. But if you are doing Klansman shit, then yeah, I'm concerned when it's fucking with my life. Marching down the street as a Klansman, I can give two shits. Walking up and down the blocks as a Klansman, wearing the dress of a Klansman, I could give two shits. Talk some shit as a Klansman, fine, it's America. Say whatever the fuck you want. But that's just me. So I guess my next point that I want to make before we get out of here is, if you say Trump is a racist because he did not denounce racism, would you then concede the fact, or to say, I would believe that a person who does not denounce racism outright, who don't say, I denounce racism, I hate racists, I don't fuck with racists, that you would say that they are a racist. If that is the standard, I'll agree with you and I'm going to give you that point. Like that little pen I put into it when my brother commented earlier in the very beginning, saying the fact that Trump did not just outright blatantly denounce racism, that he's a racist, great. I'm going to give you that. You can have it. You can have it. It's yours. Let's just say, even though Trump ain't hung that nigga, Trump ain't did shit to a group of black folks. He's not physically harmed black people as a whole. He has not done that. But the fact that he didn't denounce it when he was asked to on the debate, fine. Fuck it. Let's make him a racist. I'm going to give you that point. But I do have a question. I actually have a small question. If that is what you would call a racist, to all of my Biden supporters, that's what you would call a racist. He's a racist, and ain't shit you can do about it. I don't believe shit else. He's a racist. Tell me, what do you call a man who was not only mentored by a Klansman, but he was mentored by him to the point and as beloved by him to the point to where he gave his eulogy? Uh-oh. Or as they say in Nigeria, uh-oh. Uh-oh. If Trump is a racist because he did not denounce the Klan, he didn't denounce it in that moment when he was asked, he didn't answer the question correctly. Fine. What do you call a man who not only was mentored by a Klansman, he also eulogized this Klansman? He also wrote a bill to actually encourage Ronald Reagan to lock up more niggas with this Klansman. It's called the Thurman Biden Bill. They went down and hollered at Reagan in 82. Look it up. What would you call him? Not only that, but he also laid the groundwork in 82 and in 91 and completed it in 94 with the crime bill. Of what of this you speak, Brian? Well, let's just officially document the eulogy of Strom Thurmond and show the fact of it being Mr. Joe Biden giving that eulogy.
James Strom Thurmond.
Mm-hmm.
Fritz, he was one complex guy.
Mm-hmm. Look at him. He just smiling.
For what else would explain
that
he asked, I'm told by Nancy.
Mm-hmm. Nancy, his wife.
A guy named Biden from the state of Delaware to be one of his eulogists. I'll never figure him out. And Strom?
Now answer me this. Would a Klansman on his on the day of his funeral, would he request a non-Klansman or a person who was a nigger lover to eulogize him? Would Strom Thurmond let Gale Sayers give his eulogy? Would he? Would he let Gale Sayers, number 40 for the Bears, rest in peace, would he let him or request for Gale Sayers, Hall of Fame running back, to eulogize him? Or a black man for that matter? I don't think so. The people who are requested for eulogies and the people that your family mostly let eulogize family members, aside from the pastor, they're usually some of the people's most dearest friends, some of their most beloved associates. The only time you will ever see a person giving a eulogy about or to a man or woman that didn't really know them would be a person of the cloth. Last I checked, Joe Biden ain't no preacher, but he was a disciple. So, to my brother and everybody else who's watching, if Trump is a racist, what do you call Joe Biden, who has factual evidence of locking up more niggas back in 82 with Ronald Reagan? He had the Thurman Biden bill, which locked up niggas, and in 91, and then he also had the 1994 crime bill. What would you call this man? Just tell me what y'all would call this man. If you're gonna call Trump a racist because he didn't say he wasn't at that moment, even though he said it before, even though he said it several other times on the record and on the video, where you can go back and look and see it and hear it for himself. Whether you don't believe it or not, fine, don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. What would you call this man? Look at him, looking up to sweet Thurman, looking up to sweet old Strom in the heavens, in lily white heaven. Because Strom was in the good part of heaven. He was in the all white part. He wasn't in that nigger loving part. Why would he have this man come and eulogize him? Why would he do that? Why would he do that, Bert? And everyone else who's watching? If he's not a racist, why would he have him give him a eulogy? He requested this man. Someone please tell him something, Joe. Why would he have this man eulogize him by request if this man is not a racist, if this man wasn't in the Klan, if this man didn't support the Klan? It's not normal for Klansmen of this caliber and in that time to have someone else that was a nigger lover, a civil rights leader, eulogize him. This man didn't even want niggas going to the same school that his kids went to. Do you really think he would let Joe Biden come and eulogize him if Joe Biden and him didn't share the same thoughts and ideas? And he's his mentor. Joe Biden has said it several times on his own. They were good friends with Robert Byrd. They were all buddies. The office that Joe took when he, the dude that retired, Klansman. So you tell me which one is which. How is it that he's not a racist, but Trump is? I'll wait. I'll wait for that.
I won't forgive you.
Look at him.
Lindsay, I always thought I was in control, but I knew down deep I wasn't. And I think this is his last laugh. For what else could explain a Northeast liberal's presence here as the only outsider speaking today? With the possible exception of Vice President Cheney.
Cheney was there too, huh? Isn't that something? Come on, man. Come on. So the next time somebody says that, somebody calls Trump a racist, give it to him. Go ahead, have that. Okay. But now I can actually show you, give you factual evidence. Now, are you more concerned that the person who says they are a Klansman or the person who practices Klansman? That's all I'm saying.
Strom Thurmond was the only man whom I knew who, in a literal sense, lived in 3 distinct and separate periods of American history and lived what would have been considered a full life in each of those periods, particularly in his beloved South. Born into an era of essentially unchallenged and unexamined mores of the South, reaching his full maturity in an era of fully challenged and critically examined bankrupt mores of his beloved South, and living out his final 3 decades in a South that had formally rejected its past on race. At each of these stages, in my observation, and I was only with him the last 3 decades, Strom.
How do you spend 30 years with a motherfucker and y'all ain't cool on some shit? I've known my brother 46 years, and there's some things that we don't agree on. But I tell you what, when it comes to the Bears, the Bulls, the Cubs, the Sox, the Wild Hunters, we all on the same motherfucking page with that. Core principles, core values. Now, the way we talk about those teens, the way we address those things in our neighborhood, the way we look at shit may be slightly different, but we all got love for our city. We all got love for our neighborhood. We all got love for our teams. It's the camaraderie that we share that binds us. It is the like-mindedness that we share that binds us. Or we wouldn't spend 30, 46 years together. You don't spend 30 years with a motherfucker that you ain't on the same page with. You just don't do it. It don't work that way. Life is not like that.
Represented exactly where he came from. There's an old hymn that includes these lyrics. Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide. In the strife of truth with falsehood, for the good or evil side. Then it is the brave man chooses, while the coward stands aside. No one ever doubted Strom
Dick Cheney was there.
Physical courage. You've heard much written about it. Not 15 years ago, I was reminded of this. I was coming across to vote in the Senate, going up the escalator, and a fella who apparently had held a long-time grudge against Senator Thurmond, a tourist, literally interposed himself between me and Strom and said, and Thad may remember this, and said, if you weren't so old, I would knock you, and Reverend, I will not say what he said, I will knock you down. And I immediately stood between them. And Strom literally took off his coat and said, hold my coat, Joe. Swear to God. And I looked at him and said, no, 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 no. And with that, he went down and did 25 push-ups. He had to be 88, 87. He stood up and looked at me and said, if you weren't so young, I'd knock you down. Strom Thurmond was also a brave man who, in the end, made his choice and moved to the good side. I disagree deeply with Strom on the issue of civil rights and on many other issues.
Listen to this.
But I watched him change. We became good friends. I'm not sure exactly why or how it happened, Nancy, but you know we did. And Fritz could never figure it out, either can I. Fritz is my very closest friend in the Senate.
I don't know who Fritz is. Somebody look that up, see who Fritz is. Here's my thing. So are we saying that Strom Thurmond has changed? And Strom Thurmond went back and undid the shit that he did? I think not. He said he's 88 years old, man. It is what it is, y'all. This is my point. That's why I said I could give a shit if I could care less if he is a Klansman or if he's not a Klansman, if he is a racist or if he's not a racist. But I do care about this. I care about the bills that him and Strom Thurmond wrote. I care about the 94 crime bill that he wrote. I care about the violent crime bill that he wrote. I give a shit about that. Because that actually was shit that was in legislation that was put into action that locked up niggas. I got a problem with that. Just like I got a problem with the motherfucking max sentences that Kamala Harris was giving to niggas for misdemeanor crimes. I got a problem with that. Light drug usage crimes, max sentences. And the bitch hung her hat on it and put it like a feather in her cap. She touted the fact that she was doing that. So I don't care if you in the Klan. I don't care if you a deacon in the Klan, if you the grand poobah wizard. I could give two shits about it. Because ain't no Klansman knocking at my door. Ain't no Klansman walking up in my house. So I don't give a goddamn about what organization you in. But what I do care about is the shit that you do that affects me. So I don't care if you like niggas or if you love niggas. It don't matter to me. We ain't friends. And this is the thing I want niggas to understand. Stop giving a good goddamn about if somebody like your ass or not. Stop giving a good goddamn about if somebody love you or not. What can you do for me? What can I do for you? How can we do business? Barter. A favor for a favor. That's what we need to be focused on. Because when you ain't got shit, then your goal should be to try to get some shit.
But I do know that friendship and death are great equalizers, where our differences become irrelevant, and the only thing that is left is what's in our heart. I went to the Senate emboldened, angered, and outraged at age 29 about the treatment of African Americans in this country, about everything that, for a period in his life, Strom had represented.
And here's my thing. You went to the Senate for the injustices and the shit that was done against African Americans. What have you done for them? 47 years. 47 years. And I can point out 3 specific instances on where you went to go do shit that fucked niggas up. And I can't find one thing that you done to help lift niggas up. So what I call that is a finesser. That's called pimping. A pimp makes his hoe think that he's for her, to the point to where she's for him and gives him everything. Yeah, he'll buy her an outfit. Yeah, he'll take her out to get something to eat. Yeah, he'll let her ride around in his car. But all the while, he's taking way more from her than he's ever giving to her. That's pimping. This is pimping. I ain't mad at Joe Biden, but I know what the fuck he is. That's why I be like, fuck Joe Biden. That's why I be like, fuck Hector. The nigga tried to get me to smoke angel dust, just like they did Smokey. It's the same thing. I ain't gonna be best friends with you. I ain't gonna be cool with you. But unless you are offering me something that is of substance that I can guarantee and take to the bank, I'm gonna take my chance with another motherfucker who ain't locked up man nigga. That's all I'm saying. This nigga's pimping you. He's telling you that shit that motherfucking Goldie told that bitch. Hey, baby, I want you to think about me, baby. I want you to know that I'm going to be the one there for you, baby. I'm going to be the one there who's going to take care of you, baby. When all the while he know he's pimping. Now the question is, if he's the pimp, who's the hoe? Well, we know Kamala is one of them. Kamala is one. She was fucking a married man for 15, 20 years, whatever the fuck. Old Willie, giving her the Willie. I get it. She at least got something out of it. The bitch is the vice president elect. Candidate, I should say. She at least knows what she is. We don't. Are we going to listen to the pimp? Or at least let another motherfucker offer us something better? Maybe Trump is a pimp too, but this nigga's gorilla pimping. He don't give his hoes nothing but ass whoopings and dick. That's all he's done for 47 years.
But then I met the man. Our differences were profound, but I came to understand that, as Archibald MacLeish wrote, it is not in the world of ideas that life is lived. Life is lived, for better or worse, in life. Strom and I shared a life in the Senate for over 30 years.
30 years.
We shared a good life there, and it made a difference. I grew to know him. I looked into his heart and I saw a man, the whole man. I tried to understand him.
A Klansman.
I learned from him, and I watched him change, oh so subtly.
I saw a man,
like all of us,
a whole man,
Strong
a
was a product
Klansman.
of his time, but he understood people. He cared for them. He truly wanted to help. He knew how to read people, how to move them, how to get things done. Never forget, we went down to see President Reagan. He and I had the Thurman Biden crime bill.
You hear it?
And we sat in a room.
Reagan was the president in 82, niggas. That ain't the you know how the new thing now with the Democrats is, here you go with that 94 crime bill shit, whatever, nigga. Nah, this was the Thurman Biden bill back in 82.
Room with President Reagan and with Ed Meese, Jim Baker, and William Friend Smith, the Attorney General. And Strom started to try to convince the president to sign on to our bill. And he turned to me, he said, Joe, explain it to him. So I did my little bit, and it looked like the president was coming along, and I swear the Lord in the Lord's house is true story. And with that, as Ed Meese, Mr. Vice President, thought the president might be convinced, Ed Meese stood up and said, Mr. President, time to go, time to go. And with that, the president very dutifully looked, not dutifully, but very respectfully looked over and said, well, Strom, we were sitting next to him either side. I have to go. And he had his hands on the table. The president went to get up like this, and Strom grabbed his arm and pulled him back down his seat. I never saw anybody do that to a president. And the president, true story, the president looked very sternly at Strom. And Strom said with his hand still on his arm, he said, Mr. President, you all get to be my age, you'll understand, you got to compromise. And the president then was about 85 years old. Strom knew America was changing, and that there was a lot he didn't understand about that change. Much of that change challenged many of his long-held views. But he also saw his beloved South Carolina and the people of South Carolina changing as well. And he knew the time had come to change himself. But I believe the change came to him easily. I believe he welcomed it.
30 years.
Because I watched others of his era fight that change and never ultimately change.
So y'all can go back and y'all can finish watching all the rest of this shit, because this is about another 6 minutes of this shit. But I just wanted to show the factual evidence of what this man was, what this man did, and how he eulogized this man. He ain't come up here doing no bullshit ass eulogy. Said, yeah, you know, he did this. He served for 30 years. And he spent a good 15 minutes talking about this man. And not just talking about him and what he did, telling stories of him and of them together. So don't give me this bullshit about how you can be this tight with a motherfucker that's in the Klan and you ain't no Klansman. Don't give me no bullshit about how you can say that because Trump offered $25,000 for the Central Park 5 and he didn't denounce racist the Klan the one time he was asked on that show that he's a racist. Don't paint him with that brush. And don't paint this motherfucker with that same brush. That's all I'm saying. This is factual fucking evidence, video footage that shows exactly what he was. There is legislation on the books that shows exactly what he did and who it affected. So I ain't trying to hear this whole Trump a racist and this motherfucker ain't no racist bullshit no more. I ain't trying to hear it. Can't nobody ever say that shit ever again. Because I can show you times when Trump actually denounced racism. I can show you times when Trump actually denounced the Klan. He denounced the Aryan Nation and all these other motherfuckers. I can even show you moments where Trump was hanging out with all these niggas. Like Diddy, Snoop. When was the last time have you ever known for Diddy to hang out with racists? Have you known for Snoop to hang out with racists? How about the Wu-Tang Clan? Have you known of them to hang out with racists? But all these niggas was cool as fuck with Trump. Ain't that some shit? Pulled up in the C-A-D-I-double-L, bumping AC, AC hoes, AP throws, P-I-M-P, and they think they automatically, cause he's a pimp, he's gotta be full of that, M-O-N-E. But why? Cause niggas be sporting nice cars and fancy clothes. All the rappers love this nigga. Rick Ross in one of his songs got money like, wanna get money like Trump. Every nigga in hip hop idolized, rapped about, was cool as fuck with this nigga Trump until he became president. Now he's a racist and he got to get out. He got to go. Jeezy, all these niggas rapped about Trump. Just name them. I want to say T.I. All these niggas rapped about Trump, loved Trump, talked about Trump. All these niggas did. But once he got in office, now he's a racist. How, Sway? What was he doing with y'all racists when he was such a racist back in y'all niggas' videos? What was he doing when he was a racist when he was at your fucking fights, Mayweather? Courtside. Ringside, I should say. What was his racist ass at then? What was your pro-black ass, all you rapping ass niggas, doing with this racist motherfucker? Why would a racist even hang with you niggas? That would make him a nigga lover, wouldn't it? Clayton Bigsby III divorced his wife because he found out she was a nigga lover. Why wouldn't any of you niggas hang with this nigga if you saw that he was a racist? And why would a nigga lover, how can a nigga lover be a Klansman? I just want to know. Clayton Bigsby was blind and he could see that shit. But y'all can't. How is that? Shout out to my man, Omerta. Oh, I'm sorry, I said Omerta. Wow. Omerta with the cash out. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hit your boy with a hot buck there. There we go. I'm just saying, y'all. Let's just really make sense of this. So you got Trump, who was hanging with nothing but niggas. Well, not nothing but niggas. Steve Harvey, Mayweather, the Jizza, the RZA, Inspector Deck, Method Man, Somebody Protect Your Neck, Ray Schmurder, Diddy, Snoop. He can hang with all these motherfucking niggas and he cool. Everybody can rap about this racist motherfucker and they cool. But then, once this nigga runs for president, now he's a racist. That just goes to show you how fucking fickle these rapping ass Hollywood ass gangster niggas are. That just goes to show you. And ain't nobody holding them niggas to task. Ain't nobody saying, well, damn, Snoop, you taking pictures with this nigga. Now, just like whatchamacallit said, and 411, now you doing a video where you killing him? How, nigga? How is you cool with this nigga, taking pictures with this nigga, kicking it with this nigga, but now you doing videos where you killing him? How does that work? It's bullshit, man. It's the game that Hollywood plays. It's the game that the media plays. And we should all be smarter than that. What somebody's telling you and what you actually see that's happening, what you can actually show documentation and proof of, I said proof with a TH, proof of, why wouldn't you just look at it and say, come on, man? That's all I'm telling you, people. Stop going for the fucking okie doke just because the okie doke gives you less responsibility and accountability. Because it's easier to make Trump out to be the bad guy and to say, I'm going to vote Democrat. It's easier that way because that's what your mama did. That's what your cousins did. That's what your auntie did. That's what all your friends did. Shout out to Angry Man. Thank you, bro. That's what all you motherfuckers did. So it's easier that way. But now when you actually have to think, when you actually have to be taxed with and charged with the responsibility of doing your own research, the responsibility of looking at the facts, looking at the reality of the situation, yeah, it's a little bit more work to do, but it should be fucking worth it. Worth it. My THs and my Fs are fucking up this evening. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. We right at 2 hours. Let me go ahead and wrap this up all nice and pretty. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody that donated tonight. I appreciate all you guys. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. Remember, everybody, we are on the road to 10,000 subs. Make sure that each one of y'all, out of the 6,300 subs I got, if each one of y'all could bring a sub every month, we'd be at 10,000. Everybody that's watching the show, send this to somebody and say, hey, man, just sub to the shit. Click a like button now and again. You ain't doing shit else with your Google account or your Gmail account or your Yahoo account. Sign up, you son of a bitch. All right, let's go. Give a shout out to my man. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I did this too because I had a couple people that donated the last show after the fact. So give a shout out to my man, Omerta. He hit your boy up with $2.23. Thank you, sir. My man Mega Mortars hit your boy off with $50 for being a patriot of logic we need in these times. That's what's up. Thank you, sir. My man Truth Talker Teacher for a great show. Got me through my road trip. That's good. I'm glad I did, man. I hope that all my truckers out there, shout out to y'all. Y'all be safe, man, and don't drive sleepy. Pull over, nigga. That load can wait. Just saying. Shout out to my man Bolo TV. Hit your boy off with $3. Shout out to you, Bolo. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my man Quicey. Hit your boy off with K Jordan. Hit your boy off with $20. He said, much love, brother. Thank you, man. Love you back. Also, give a shout out to Shannon Lewis. Hit your boy off with $4. That's what's up. My man Night Train. Derek J. Hit your boy off with $50. He says for hit your DM on IG. Thought I had your email. Email me. If you got something for me, email me, therelationshiprehab@gmail.com. Just hit me up on the email, bro. Or hit me up on Facebook or something like that. My man Montreal Riley, he said, I came in late, but thanks for the show. Hit your boy off with $2. I see you on the super chat. Appreciate you, player. And also, my man Omerta hit me on this show. He said, UGK even rapped about Trump on Pocket Full of Stones. Boom, boom. I got a pocket full of stones. Yes. Proving my point further. And also the Angry Man hit your boy off with $10 as well. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to check this PayPal and then we're going to get it on up. If you're watching this on the replay, please click the like, click the subscribe button, and you can donate. I take donations after the show. Yes, I do. All right, let's see here. Oh, my man Jim Edwards hit your boy off with $2 for the donation on the PayPal side of the game. That's what's up. And also, Kingdom Minded, Truckers Radio White, hit your boy off with $30 that's what's up on the PayPal side of the game. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I haven't heard from y'all in a while, too. Y'all let me know the next time we can do a show together. That's what's up. I used to do shows with them quite often. They used to be pretty good, too. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. Like I said, let's go ahead and let's get to 10,000 subs. We got 3 months to do it. And I know we gonna do it. We can do it because we gotta. Damn it. Let's go ahead and let's get it. So everybody try to get somebody to sub this month, next month, and that last month. And I believe we can do this. Let's see. Also, hold on. Got one more. And hit your boy off with what is that? With $5. That's what's up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too, Ann. Everybody's donating tonight. I appreciate y'all. I must have did all right then. God damn it. That's what I'm talking about. She said, Ann M said, oh, wait, hold on. Let me read it. There we go. Great. She said, great facts. Hey, I try. That's what I try to do. I just try to talk about what's right and just talk about the facts. We all have our opinions. We all have our feelings, and that's okay. What matters is what's real and what's going to actually affect us on a day-to-day basis. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's what we should be looking at. And like I said, I could give a good goddamn if Biden is with the Klan. I can give a good goddamn if Trump is with the Klan. They could be fucking the Grand Poobah and the Grand Wizard of the Klan, for all I know, right now, goddamn it, in a meeting, talking about my black ass. I could care less. There are plenty of pictures of Obama hugged up with Robert Byrd, who you know was in the Klan. There's plenty of pictures of Clinton's being hugged up with Robert Byrd and all these other Klansmen. It is what it is. Your affiliation and your group that you with, that's what you with. But when you're talking about doing things, instituting policy and laws that affect us as a group and as a whole, that's what we should care about. That's what we should be concerned about. And the fact that every time you bring up Biden's bill that he wrote in 94, and the first thing he says, oh, well, that wasn't me. That was the Clintons that did that. No, motherfucker, that was you. You was right along with their ass, cheering it along. While she was calling us super predators, you was talking about you don't want your kids going to no jungle, no school jungle. You don't want your grandmama living next door to these super predators. Same motherfucker. I get it. So I hope I laid that shit to rest. Hey, thank you to all my mods. I appreciate y'all so much. Keep doing what you're doing. It's been all good. Great show. I love you guys. I hope that you guys have a good night. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that somebody can watch this show and do one thing. Think for yourself and practice individual thought and asking the questions that are right in front of your face. Shout out to Amanda K. Hit your boy off with $10. That's what's up. Thank you. Appreciate it. And my man Weather Helm, $20. Rational discussion. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead and hit that sub button. All right. Everybody else, thank you. Last but not least, I want to send a shout out. I don't know if they're watching or not, but to my folks up in Michigan, Team Wyland, I'm praying for you guys. I love you guys. And don't worry about a thing because y'all going to get through this. Hey, everybody else, thank you. Have a good night. And I love y'all. I really do. I really do. That's a little bit of loop though. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Peace. And I'm out. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let me stop it because somebody mentioned this earlier. I'm going to go on out with a little bit of the Wild Wild Thug. I can't remember who actually mentioned it earlier, but this for you, whoever did.
Warning, the contents of this product are highly flammable. Do not store or use near open flame.
That's your boy right there.
Children. Proceed with extreme caution.
Alizé, Belvier, Cavassier. It don't matter what you smoke, don't chronic or hate. Please, don't start with the beef. Roll up, I give a fuck about you falling away. Slow up, hold up. Not this nigga, bro. G.E. Don't forget the O. Gangsta, get respect like Bell Biv DeVoe. Ain't you mad at me cause I can steal your hoe? Bring it on, whip it, snap a fuck around and I'ma snap it. Let them hoppers come get at you. Don't you hate me cause I'm dapper? Y'all better get me on the leash. Yep, sir. Y'all better come contain this beast. Let me speak my piece. Don't let me aim my piece. If my piece get aimed, there gon' be pieces of brain. Y'all niggas still releasing the same. I'm increasing my name and increasing my game.
Baby, can we kick it? Can we kick it? Are you with it? Are you with it? Ooh, my niggas, can you dig it? Can you dig it? And all your haters on time. Come get it. Come, baby, can we kick it? Kick it? Are you with it? Are you with it? My niggas, can you dig it? Can you dig it? And all your haters want some. Come get it. Come get it. I'm an old school OG. Y'all haters so sweet. Y'all haters know me in the club, speaking no eating. don't pay. If your bitch,
Yeah, that's your boy right there.
If she need a ride home, you gon' stay. So don't
Sonny Back,
no
baby.
drama, don't bring
That's
your wife.
me,
You
baby.
gon' leave your marriage or leave your life. I don't hesitate when it comes to fun, and I don't hesitate when it comes to guns. I got weed so sticky that they call it glue. Your girl's with me, so she ain't calling you. Rolling hard in my Cadillac, laid back, smoked out with my windows tinted all black, with a black gat on the side of my waist, sipping Cran and Bell cause I love the taste. Got women in my face, half dressed in lace, serving Durban without leaving a trace. Baby, gangsta.
Can we kick it?
Are you with it?
Are you with it?
Ooh, my niggas, can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
And all your haters want some. Come get it. Baby, can we kick it?
Can we kick it?
Are you with it?
Are you with it?
My niggas, can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
And all your haters want some. Come get it.
Come get it.
Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie.